Good evening, this is Susan from Zealand Immigration, and today in this short video I will be explaining more on the new employer accredited scheme that will come in effect from the 1st of November. So it's just a short video that explains what changes can be expected in the next coming months and how it will impact you. So as we all know, from 31st of October 2021 is the last day that we can apply for the Essential Skills Work Visa and the Work to Residence category of visa. So from the 1st of November, there is a new category of visa that will be coming through, and that is called as the Accredited Employer Work Visa. So it's abbreviated as AEWV, and that replaces 6 categories of current work visas. Now, the reason it's called the Accredited Employer Work Visa is because the employers are going to drive the visa application process, where there is an additional step for the employer, and that is that they need to be accredited. So the 3 steps in the new system will be that the first thing, the employee would need to be accredited. The second is that they have to complete a labor market test similar to what is happening for the essential skills currently. And the third is that the employee or the migrant worker applies for the work visa, obviously with the medicals and the character checks and things like that. So now we need to focus on what the accreditation is. And that accreditation is not to be confused with what is currently in place for the work to residence talent accredited employers. So currently, as per immigration rules, accreditation means that you need to have a sound financial position in the company, you need to have good HR policies, you need to sort of give preference to hiring more of New Zealanders, training them and things like that. And the accreditation will allow the employers to hire migrants, and the migrants have the advantage that they can possibly go onto the work to residence pathway. This is what is currently available. But from the 1st of November, things will change that all the employers who need to hire migrants on their work visa will sort of need to be accredited or licensed, which is a better term that we prefer to use. Now, the number of employees is also a big factor. So there is something called as a standard accreditation process, which is there for people who want to support only 5 employees or less. So the 5 employees would mean the 5 people are on the closed work visa, which the employer is supporting. So if as an employer you have 10 employees in your organization, and of that, let's say 3 of them are New Zealanders and the remaining 7 are migrant workers, and of the 7 you have 2 on student visas and 2 others on maybe partnership open work visa. So that leaves you with maybe 3 plus 4, 7. So that's just 3 applications that you need to support, and hence you will go for a standard accreditation process. So the standard accreditation process is considered to be a straightforward one, where you need to sort of have an NZBN number, you need to have an IRD number, you need to be compliant with immigration regulations, with the employment laws, you should not be having a history of non-compliance, and you should be readily available to train the employees on as and when things change, and diversity and health and safety and things like that. So this accreditation is going to be in place for all employers who want to support people on their work visa. Now, it is not clear as to how the duration of the work visa will be granted. So we know that prior to November, that is until October, if you apply for a work visa based on essential skills and you're getting the median pay, then you get a work visa for 3 years. Otherwise, you get a work visa for 6 months. But the duration of this work visa post-November is not cleared as yet. So there is speculation that it could be either for 1 year or for 3 years. And generally, because accreditation is only given for 1 year, we are not very sure as to how long the duration of the work visa will be. So our suggestion obviously is, if you are ready to apply for the visa and you're eligible to do so, it is ideal if you can apply it earlier rather than wait for later. So this is the first step for standard accreditation. Obviously, if there are more employees in the organization and you need to support a higher number of people on this work visa, more than 5 employees, you go for the high volume accreditation. And in the high volume accreditation, the same things apply. Plus, they also look at the fact that people need to be paid at least 10% more than the minimum wage. So currently the minimum wage is set at 20, so you expect the employees will be paid at least at $22 an hour so that you meet the requirements, or otherwise there is also an option of going through the collective agreement. So if you don't have a collective agreement in place, then it is ideal and it is vital that you need to pay employees at least 2% more than the minimum wage. My apologies, 10% more than the minimum wage. And there is also a different set of rules for franchise agreements. So if you're part of a franchise group, you should be in operation for at least 12 months, and you should also have a history of hiring New Zealanders and training them. So that is an additional requirement for those people who are in franchise businesses. So this is about the employer accreditation, or the employer licensing as we would call. The exact cost and the immigration timeframes are not out as yet, but we know that people who want to sort of go for this accreditation or licensing process, they can sort of apply from late September, and this is in effect from the 1st of November. So for those people whose visas are running out early next year or very late this year, it will be ideal if you could get in your application earlier. If you want to wait for this process to come through, then the employer should apply for the accreditation as soon as they can, which is technically in October this year. The second step is the labor market check, the job check, and obviously that again there is speculation as to how things will go. So as of now, what we know is that those who are getting paid 200% time, the median wage. So as of today, the median wage is $25.50. Again, we do not know when this can go up to $27, but hopefully or most probably it might go up in July. And if so, 200% time of the 27 would be $54 an hour. So anyone who's getting 54 and above will not need to go for a labor market test, and there are other rules around it. So if there are sector agreements and things like that, then there is a different set of rules. So there's a lot of complications and lot of instructions that are yet to come in place. But in short, what it means, what this entire new process means, is that all employers who want to support people on the work visa would need to go for accreditation, and they only need to do accreditation at the time when they want to support the visa. So if you are a migrant employee on an essential skills today and you still have a visa valid until 2023 or 2024, then the employer would not need to do accreditation immediately, but they can wait until the next time they support a person on this visa. So these are just a few little clarifications, because I know this has been a sort of an ongoing topic and a lot of people are confused as to what to do and how to do things. But once we have the proper instructions in place, we can sort of give you another overview on how to go about things. But as of now, this is just a short video explaining what the main changes are going to happen this November. Thank you.